Well, Southend are top of the league. Of course, Sutton have won all their 3 games. This is a National League review, game week 3 of the week. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Hey GW3, please subscribe and smash a like on this video. This is the National League review, game week 3. Of course, bank holiday weekend coming up as well, when we've got fixtures Friday, fixtures Monday as well. So of course, National League predictions will be lows this week, but yeah, let's get straight into this video. So we had 41 goals in the National League in game week 3, a really cracking weekend. Of course, every game was a 12:30 kickoff. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, let's get straight into it. So we are going to start off with Solihull 1, Southend 3. Yes, it did end in a 3-1 win to Southend. To be honest, I thought Southend, I don't think they was great. I think this was probably their worst performance in the 3 games. Even their manager came out and said they wasn't the greatest, but they scored a couple of good goals. I think Solihull missed a penalty in the 5th minute to go 1-0 up. I think just before that penalty as well, they missed another chance, another really big chance as well. So it could have been 2-0 up in like 5 or 6 minutes. Then of course they go 1-0 up in 15 minutes from Jacob and Waking. There was Solihull could actually get their first point, but Southend come back sharp. I think they equalised on like the 29th minute, 1-1. Then I think 40th minute they go 2-1 up just before half time. Half time 2-1 Southend. They say second half they'll probably just score 1 or 2 more. They did, I think, in 92nd minute they scored the third to win 3-1. Solihull had 18 shots, 7 on target. Southend only had the 12 shots, 5 on target. So it was a good game, but like Southend manager said, I think that was probably their worst performance in the 3 games. But they're still scoring goals. They've got a great squad, and they sit top of the league now in their first 3 games. I think they'll be happy. I think they've scored 7 goals, I think, and only conceded 2. What's very good from them. But yeah, I think Southend will be happy to just get the win over the line. Moving on then to Kidderminster 1, Aldershot 1. It ended in a 1-1 draw here. And I thought Kiddy would actually, to be honest, win this. Of course, I think it was, looking at the highlights, it wasn't nothing in the game really. Kiddy, of course, went 1-0 up first half an hour in from Lewis Walker. Then it was, of course, chance for Kiddy after that, but it was 1-0 half time, I think. And then second half came, I think, it was evening. And yeah, Aldershot went down to 10 men just before half time, by the way. Then, of course, half-time and second half, of course, like I said, it was even. I think 76th minute, they go down to 9 men, Aldershot. They had loads of red cards last season as well, Aldershot, so they are a dirty team. Then I think it was like 88th, 89th minute, Tristan Abrams get an equaliser for Aldershot, and they get a point, and I think they'll be happy with that, with 9 men as well. I don't know what to make of Aldershot. I think they've had a slow start in their first 3 games, but losing 1, winning 1 and drawing 1. But I think it's going to take time when they've signed, 15, 16 players. So yeah, but Kiddy had 8 shots, 2 on target. Aldershot had 6 shots, 1 on target. So it wasn't nothing in the game. It was a pretty dirty game, to be fair, but it did end Kidderminster 1, Aldershot 1. Next game we'll be looking at what did just kick off after half 12. It was like 10 minutes after, as it did get delayed. Don't know why, but it did end Harrogate 2, Barrow 2. Barrow picked their first point up in their first 3 games, and I think they'll be happy with that, because I thought they were probably a bit better than Harrogate. I think similar to Southend, I think that was probably Harrogate's worst performance in the first 3 games, but they still picked up a point. They go 1-0 up in the first 15 from Ethan Bristol. Then, with chances to be fair, then I think it was the own goal for Barrow closing in like the 35th minute. There was 1-1 at half time. Second half came, it was pretty even to be fair, nothing really in it. Barrow had a couple of chances. Then I think 86th minute, Harrogate go 2-1 up and say, well, Harrogate gonna nick this now. But no, I think it was 97th, 98th minute, Barrow get a last minute equaliser to draw the game 2-2. Harrogate had 7 shots, 5 on target. Barrow had 10 shots, 3 on target. So it was similar to even. Barrow might have just edged it, but it was an even game. But it finished 2-2, and I think Barrow picked their first point up now. If you look at the bank holiday weekend as well, they of course got 2 tough games to be fair. They're at home against Yeovil, what's going to be tough on Friday. Then they've got Kidderminster away on Monday. So yeah, 2 tough games. We'll see how Barrow do in them and over the bank holiday weekend. But it did finish Harrogate 2, Barrow 2. Next game then we'll be looking at Worthing 1, Wellstone 0. I actually got this correct as well. It did end in a 1-0 win to Worthing. Yeah, I think Worthing was miles better. I think they could have won 2 or 3-0 to be fair. I think there was miles better than Wellstone. Wellstone didn't really have much chances. I think Worthing had 3 or 4 big chances before they scored, and I think they scored on the edge of half time 1-0. Going into half time 1-0, they'll be happy with that. Second half, similar to the same to be fair. I think 5 minutes into that second half, of course, Wellstone go down to 10 men. Then after that, Worthing was just miles better. Worthing had 20 shots altogether, 9 on target. Wellstone had 4 shots, 1 on target. I think Worthing had a decent start in their, of course, first season back in the National League, and they'll be happy with that. Of course, they're playing my team, Tamworth, on Friday. What's going to be a tricky game for Tamworth, but yeah, did end a 1-0 win to Worthing. Next game we'll be looking at was Carlisle 4, Hornchurch 1, and to be honest, not many people expected Carlisle to actually beat these comfortably with how both teams have started the season. But Carlisle just, they came on top this game. I think they went 1-0 up in 29 minutes. I think it was 1-0 at half time to Carlisle. Second half came. Carlisle go 2-0 up a minute or 2 in the second half. I think a couple of minutes later, Joe Kissy, former Barnet player, scores for Hornchurch to get a goal back to go 2-1. 66th minute, Carlisle get another goal to go 3-1 up. 77th minute, Carlisle get a fourth to go 4-1 up. Thought Carlisle with miles the better team. Looking at the highlights, they had 18 shots altogether, 12 on target. Hornchurch only had the 6 shots, 4 on target. So yeah, I think Carlisle are gonna come on form now. I think they look like they looked like a good team. Yes, Hornchurch are new promoted, but they still look like a good team. If we look over the bank holiday weekend as well, they've actually got Wellstone away on Friday, then Scunthorpe at home on Monday. So they'll be looking to get 6 points from that. Next game we'll be looking at then was Woking 3, AFC Fold 2. AFC Fold actually went 2-1 up in this game, I'm pretty sure. I thought Woking with miles the better team, by the way. But yeah, of course, first half, nothing really happened. It was a couple of chances for either team, but yeah, I thought I'll go 1-0 up just before half time, 1-0 forward at half time. Second half came, thought Woking was the better team. I think it was 68th minute or 69th minute. Woking equalised 1-1. I think it was like 75th minute, thought it would go 2-1 up from the run-up play, to be fair, because I thought Woking was miles the better team before that. The 90th minute, I think it was Roy Stale gets the equaliser for Woking. So what, they could be a good point for though away from home, and a good point for Woking, their first point. But no, they get a massive win. 93rd minute, a score to win the game 3-2. Woking, of course, had 18 shots, 7 on target. Fold had 7 shots, 2 on target. So 2 on target was, of course, their goals. But it did end Woking 3-2, and it was a massive win for Woking. Another 3-2 then. It was Eastleigh 3, Scunny 2. And no one expected Eastleigh to actually win this or get a point. I think most people expected Scunthorpe to, get their first win. But no, I think they look really poor. Are their manager under pressure? I don't know. That is asking Scunny fans, if any Scunny fans watch this, do you think your manager is under pressure? Because apparently he was really poor in this game, and I've seen the highlights and I thought you were poor. But yeah, I've got Eastleigh went 1-0 up in 37 minutes. It was 1-0 Eastleigh at half time. Second half came, Scunny get an early goal to equalise 1-1, and 2 minutes later, Eastleigh go 2-1 up. Then 71st minute, Scunny scored 2-2. Then 2 minutes later, Eastleigh score again. Scunthorpe couldn't keep the lead, and Eastleigh, of course, win the game 3-2. And I think that's a massive win for Eastleigh. And Scunny, think they're in trouble. Look, I still think they'll be up there, but 3 games in, not winning the 3 games as well. Eastleigh, of course, having 12 shots, 5 on target. Scunthorpe having 15 shots, 5 on target. So, yeah, really big win for Eastleigh, and we'll see how they can do now in the next couple of games. Next game, it was Boston 1, Altrincham 0. Yeah, I think this was probably the worst game, to be fair, of the week. Not many chances in it. Even both managers came out and said not many chances. Because it was poor first half, 0-0 half time, and probably both fans were probably thinking 0-0 it's going to be. But no, Boston score, I think 60th minute to go 1-0 up. I think it was the header, I can't remember actually. But yeah, Boston could win the game 1-0. Both teams had 6 shots, but Boston had 3 on target. Alty had 1 on target. So it was really a poor game. Nothing in the game, to be fair, but Boston did win the game 1-0, and a big 3 points for Boston. Next game then, we'll be looking at the game what I did go to, Halifax 4, Tamworth 1. For me, I just think if we could defend better, like Andy Pete said, our manager, if we could defend better, I think we would have got something. I just think poor defending, and this what we need to sort out now. We conceded 3 at Bournemouth Ward, 2 against Fylde, 4 against Halifax. That's how many goals now? Is it like 9 goals in 3 matches? It's really poor, and I think, we need to try and sort it out. But I think we started the first 10-15 minutes really well. Of course, I had a couple of crosses into the box, had corners, but just couldn't do anything with the ball, to be fair. And Halifax go 1-0 up. Of course, before half time they go 2-0 up. Then on the edge of half time they go 3-0 up. They were 3-0 half time, and we were just thinking, yeah, not great. It was really poor from the defence with the goals. I think Jassing needs to now look at his because he's made a mistake in every single game now in these first 3 games. Then of course 50th minute, couple of minutes into the second half, they go 4-0 up. I don't get how it went in, to be fair. He just had a long shot and it went bottom corner. No one closed him down yet again. Then I think it was 76th minute, TJ Bramble pops up with a really good goal ball in the top corner to get us a goal back. I thought Dan Greeny changed the game when he came on. Andy Peets needs to play him and Donnelly up top now against Worthing. We can't keep oofing it up as well. He needs to tell Jazz or someone to stop oofing it up to Donnelly because he's like 2 foot. But yeah, Halifax had 8 shots, 7 on target. We had 8 shots, 2 on target. So yeah, I think if we could defend better, I think yeah we probably would have got something. But it did end at 4-1 win to Halifax. And what does that think of Tamworth now? Because we have to get big 3 points at home against Worthing on Friday, and if we don't, I don't know what to say. But yeah, we'll see, because I can't see us getting anything on Bank Holiday Monday away at Yeovil, but we will see. Next game, it did end Yeovil 3, Gateshead 0. Ended a 3-0 win to Yeovil, and I thought they're bad at Gateshead. They probably could have scored 4, 5, 6. They're really bad at Gateshead. Won quite comfortably. They went 1-0 up in 2 minutes. Early goal for Yeovil. Then I thought they had a couple of chances after their goal. There was 1-0 at half time. Second half came. I thought they battered them second half as well. Then 81st minute, they get their second 2-0. I think it was 90th minute, they get the third to win 3-0. Yeovil had 18 shots for 14 on target. So they actually had most of their shots on target. Gateshead only had 1 shot, 1 on target. Really poor from Gateshead, but Yeovil started the season really well. I think that's 2 draws and 1 win now in their first 3. If we look on their bank holiday as well, they've got Barrow away on Friday, what's be a tough test, and Tamworth at home. I think that could beat us if we don't turn up on Friday, but yeah, they'll probably beat us on Monday. But yeah, it did end up 3-0 to Yeovil. Another 3-0 then, it did end Forest Green 0, Bonnerwood 3-0 win to Bonnerwood. And even Robbie Savage came out and said their team was really poor. I think Forest Green fans were saying Bonnerwood is the best team in this league, and they play some nice stuff. If you see their front line though, I think it's really good. They go 1-0 up early on in the first 2 minutes from sat front, and then they had a couple of chances after that. 20th minute, they go 2-0 up from Lewis Richardson, I think it was. 2-0 half time. Second half came, I think first 5-10 minutes, Matt Rush puts them 3-0 up. Then Forest Green fan probably thinking they could be 4-5 because they had a couple of chances after that. Forest Green go down to 10 men in the 89th minute as well. But yeah, Forest Green had 7 shots, 1 on target. Bonnerwood had 9 shots, 5 on target. Look at that, you say, oh, they probably was the even game, but no, Bonnerwood absolute bad them. And yeah, it did end 3-0 win to Bonnerwood. And the last game, a really massive win for Sutton, who puts them in 2nd place. Sutton 2, Hartlepool 1. Great win for Sutton. I thought they'll get a draw. I really did. I think they've been really good in these first 3 games. They go 1-0 up in the first 20 minutes. Thought they had a couple of chances before that as well. Then they go 2-0 up in like 28 minutes. Then a couple of minutes later, Hartlepool get a goal back. Half time 2-1. Then second half, it was not a really great second half. But Sutton had 8 shots, 4 on target. Hartlepool had 6 shots, 2 on target. So it did end 2-1 to Sutton. So there you go, guys. Then my game week 3 National League review. Of course, for the Friday games, of course, there'll be a National League game week 4 review on the Saturday. Then, of course, for the Monday games, there'll be one on Tuesday. So, yeah, loads of videos coming up because we have got bank holiday weekend coming up now. But, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.